and welcome back. Our second conversation this morning is with the members of the Galen Eagles, Marlene, and they participated in the 3-day paddle that was the La Ruta Maya Belize River Challenge that was over the weekend. We have with us via Zoom Jada Brown. Good morning, Jada.
Good morning.
We have Tina Herrera. Good morning, Tina.
Good morning, good morning.
We also have John Waite. Good morning, my brother.
Hi, good morning, good morning.
And finally, joining us from the Ministry of Human Development is Aurelio Shaw. And together, these guys make up the Galen Eagles paddlers. Now, let's begin, first of all, by talking about the experience this time around. You guys participated through the 3 stages of the race. What was that like for you as a team?
For me, it was super amazing. Couldn't have done it without my team. Just knowing the message behind why we were paddling as well was super amazing. So that was one of the things that had pushed us to continue and reach where we wanted to reach.
Let's get it from you as well. John, what was that for you? What was that like for you, sorry, as a member of this team?
It was a good experience, actually. You know, paddling with 2 females who have just doing this the first time. Obviously, I thought that it would have been a difficult task, but these young ladies proved to me that they're phenomenal with their drive and strength, and we pushed through. So it was a good experience with these young ladies.
All right, so let's talk to Aurelio for a moment. Aurelio, of course, the Ministry of Human Development sponsored the Galen team. Let's talk about the collaboration here.
Yeah, pleasant good morning, Belize, Marlene, and Isani. Before I even continue, I'd like to acknowledge and say a big thank you to all the participants of the La Ruta Maya canoe race, and most of all our Galen Lady Eagle, that is, right? All these champions here, and also to another team that we sponsored, Western Invaders. And they did very good, and all the other participants. And of course, to our Minister, Dolores Balderramos Garcia, Minister of State, Honorable Elvia Vega Samos, and our CEO, and of course, to all the staff that makes up the Ministry of Human Development and all the different departments. For us, we see ourselves as collaborators, and to be a part of our motto. What we have is equality and inclusion. And when we talk about inclusion, this is it here. How we could integrate different activities, sports activities, even through your workplaces or anything that supports a cause. And this month of March is celebrated as a Women's Month in Belize, and today is International Women's Day, and of course with that theme, hashtag break the bias. So with that in mind, we believe that it is a good opportunity to have young, dynamic youths here, like Tina, like we have Jada and John, to be the front of breaking the bias, supporting the cause to end domestic violence against women in Belize, and of course gender-based violence also. For us, I think it is very important to showcase that through these inclusiveness, you know, through sports like what I mentioned, and to be motivation to all our girls or females or youths across Belize and the globe.
I love, you know, the Lady Eagles, either one of you that want to answer. You know, you're paddling under a very important theme, really trying to promote the theme for this year's International Women's Day, Break the Bias. What's it like for you? I mean, what do you use the opportunity to talk about the gender issues that we see in the country, whether it's gender-based violence or struggling to attain gender equity? How do you use the opportunity not only to exercise and to compete, but also to spread the message? Tina?
Yes, so like we're saying, we're not only doing it for us as a team, but we're doing it for every female that is watching us. So we can't just quit at the when we feel tired. We just have to keep on going and pushing and finishing the race, because we want to inspire women to know that they are capable of doing whatever they put their mind to. And despite all the negative that people would say to us females, we are capable of doing what anybody can do. And we just need to keep our mind focused and forget all the negative and just continue pushing forward and doing our best as females, improving our female skills and showing others that we are capable of whatever we can do and put our minds to.
Yeah. And Jada, about being an example of pushing through even when it's hard. A lot of people look at races like these are competitive sports for women and they think, oh, you know, it must be, one, a lot of women are scared to even try. And secondly, they look at you and they think you have some superpower strength.
Yeah, so for this race, we're not only representing ourselves, but we're representing each female, not only in Belize, but worldwide, and we're showing them that they are capable of doing whatever they set their mind to. We're also breaking this unconscious bias whereby it attributes to a certain, you know, stereotype and attitude. So, yeah.
Yeah. And John, being the male advocate on the team?
Like I said, it's a pleasure being with these young women. They really showed phenomenal strength and phenomenal drive on the river. They broke through adversity and they showed how strong they are, and they proved that they can do the exact same as the male teams. You know, I told them that it's a very great accomplishment for them for completing this race, because as you know, and previous Loruta there's a lot of teams who sometimes fall behind or drop out because of how intense this race is. And for this to be their first time doing this, and with just a little bit of practice, it shows us how strong they are, and it proves that they can do anything that we can do.
What was that like for you guys indeed, the practice sessions, the training ahead of the race on the weekend?
It was good. It was good. We took time. I taught them about the river, what to expect, how to remain calm in times of because there's certain parts of the river where it becomes kind of scary.
Yeah.
And if you don't have that confidence, you know, you just have to remain calm. So I told them, whenever something comes up that you're unsure about, just, you know, take it easy. We'll get through it. And as we did through on the river, we got through everything that was difficult for us. So it was a good experience with these ladies.
All right. So who pushed who? Was it the girls pushing you, John, or you pushing the girls?
It's a bit of both, actually. we all pushed each other, you know. It's a team, so we have to work together, you know.
We had to keep the team spirit going, and when we feel like when we feel like we want to give up, we have to keep the spirit going on the boat. That we can do it, push, like Jada said, dig.
Yeah.
And just continue, and we keep a nice rhythm and pace, and we finish the race, thank God. No crocodiles, no nothing interfered with us, so that was nice.
So no battle wounds from the race?
I'm sorry?
No battle wounds from the race?
Just a lot of blisters.
The blisters. And
So crocodiles were part of your real fears on the water?
oh yes, definitely. That was my fear of the water. I would see their little heads peeking out and just look at us and then go back in. That was one of my fears, the crocodiles, but I definitely overcome that fear. Jada said, you keep looking at the fans, but it's not that I'm looking at the fans. I'm looking away from the mangroves. The mangroves. It's just
you were the crocodile watch out, right?
definitely.
Now, what have you learned from this experience? I do want to note, you know, that you've said it very early on. A part of it was to be able to use this opportunity to show how women can break barriers, engage in sports. John said you guys had limited training and you finished, which is an accomplishment in itself. What is your takeaway from this experience, ladies?
For me, my takeaway is that you have to start preparing yourself to be mentally strong, not only physically, but also mentally. Because in this race, your physical strength was not the only thing. A lot of people had dropped out because they were not mentally strong. So it is extremely, extremely important that you be mentally strong. There's a quote that says, when you're extremely tired, you have to depend on your mental strength, and that's when you have 40 more percent to go.
That is so true.
I would say for me, when you feel like you're giving up, just one more paddle, just one more, and then you will get there. Just keep paddling, keep paddling. You have to be mentally prepared, as Jada said. If you're not mentally prepared, I don't see how you could finish this race. The strength is good, yes, but it comes mental. So when you feel like you want to give up, just one more, and you would finish the race.
This being your first experience, and we're hard on the heels of the completion yesterday, are you guys already looking forward to next year?
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
definitely.
Extremely, extremely excited.
Yes.
Definitely.
Go ahead, John.
Yeah, well, this is my third Rutamaya, so I'm definitely looking forward to doing it again next year. And however many years I can do it, I'll be in it as much as I can.
With this team, more than likely?
With these girls, with any team.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead.
Isani, also for us, we had our own support team to go and look out and cheer for these dynamic guys, our Galen Lady Eagles and John being with them. To see them, it's quite amazing. If I am tired, not even paddling, but being on the ground itself could burn you out. I can't imagine how tired they are right now, but they're here. And they're doing this for a great cause, as what we mentioned, to break that bias. But we're on the ground supporting them. We did interviews, and we're telling them, we're so proud of you. You need to do this. Remember, it's for a cause. We're here for you. Do it. And just giving them that motivation. I think it's also very important. To also their team. We met up with the Galen support team. And their service team. I think all of these people are instrumental to making everything possible. When there is unity, when there is collaboration, I believe that there will be good representation and good results, and that is exactly what we showcase. We showcase on the banks of the river. Being with them. So we're so proud of them. And and I hope that the message that the listeners are listening to would be a very strong one, that these young youths here paddle for a great cause. And I mentioned this again and again. Ultimately, when you're in a race, you want to be the first, you want to be the champion, but this is more than just being the champion. You want to champion the cause to break that bias, because it is important. We need to break that, discrimination, that stereotype, and we need to have a world that is diverse and equitable, and of course, with the ministry's motto, with equality and inclusion, says a very strong message, and we're so proud to be collaborating with the Galen Lady Eagles, and of course their partners, not partners, but the people behind the scenes there. We have Dr. Aird, we have James Ramos, we have Ashley, and Miss Diane Perafit. It's so great, and their coach, of course. We can't let out the coach. So I'll let them talk more about that. But that's.
Let me ask you a question though. Ladies, are you involved in other sports? Are you naturally athletic, which is why you decided that you could take on this challenge?
Yes, ma'am. For me, I practically play in every sport. So
okay.
So this is just one more under your belt.
John and Tina had been paddling for about 2 weeks, and then I came in about a week later. So right after I came in from El Salvador, the next day I was on the river paddling.
What sport are you playing in El Salvador?
Football.
Football, nice. What about you, Tina?
Yes, I'm definitely athletic. I do participate in every sport, mainly basketball. But when coach asked me if I want to do the canoe, I was like, definitely.
Yeah.
Yes, so I was prepared for this race.
And how did you two feel about participating under the Break the Bias motto?
When I heard it, definitely yes. Yes,
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah, because you're
No, we have
female
to bring it-
athletes. You know the
Right,
challenges.
right.
Tell me.
Yes, for me, I was extremely excited because of the message that was behind it, knowing playing sports and, they have a lot of people that say that we're not capable of doing this or not capable of doing that. So just sharing this message to people and showing them that we are capable is extremely, extremely huge.
All right. And, I love, Isani and I started off the show talking about how men are important in talking about gender equity. And especially when we're talking about International Women's Day. So, John, that's you showing your part because we do need male advocates as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Well, like I said, it was a pleasure with these young women. They showed phenomenal drive and phenomenal determination to complete this race. Like Jada and Tina have said, it's more than just a physical challenge. It's very mental. Yes, it is physically enduring, but it's more of a mental push to get to that finish line. And for these young ladies, I'm very proud of them for accomplishing their first Ruta Maya.
All right, so I did the test before to see if you could still move your hands. You guys are clearly in good shape. You're capable of touching above your head still. Good. I want you all to close off. I think you mentioned it before. When runners hit a wall and I guess paddlers hit that point where you want to give up, there's something you say to yourself to keep on moving forward. Why don't we leave our viewers with that today? Ladies, tell us what you said to be able to paddle just one more time and keep pushing forward.
For me, guys, when you're extremely tired, remember why you started. That is extremely important. So when you're tired, continue to push yourself because at the end of the day, the result will be rewarding.
Yeah. And Tina?
I would say just keep going, never give up. If you want to do something, you do it. Don't wait. You do it. And don't sit around waiting for it. If you say you want to get somewhere, you have to go for it. And just keep pushing, as we say on the boat, keep paddling. Just one more, and we'll reach the finish line.
And the finish line you did reach. You didn't drop out. You made it to the end after so little time practicing. We want to thank you for sharing your experience this morning. A great motivation for Women's Day. Thank you to Aurelia for the connection.
Thank you guys too for giving us this opportunity. And once more, I want to at least big up all my co-workers there at Belmopan head office and all our different offices across Belize and San Pedro, our social workers. Remember, Social Work Day is the 15th of this month. So there's a lot, how we could all integrate and be a part of a great world to break the bias. Because I believe that with what John said, to be with these females for this, I could, during this race, I'd see the endurance, the strength in them, and of course the reason that they're there, demonstrating that leadership to create an inspiration to all youths and females across our country. And I want to say thanks to all of you there in studio also, Isani and Marlene.
All right. Any big up team?
Yes.
I know you have a list. Go ahead.
Yeah.
We would like to thank First Off Minister Dolores, CEO Tanya Santos, Galen University, Kahal Pech, and we'd also like to thank Mr. O, because he has really, really, really helped us during this time of practicing and serving us. And we'd also like to thank our coach, Bernie Tarr, and Jasmine Armstrong, and Miss Monica.
All right.
Without a good support team, we couldn't have get the materials that we needed. So yes, definitely Miss Monica and Jasmine for giving us, just being there as support and just inspiring us to keep going as well.
Definitely, as the lady said, thank Galen University for the opportunity. Thanks to the support and all the fans, the family, and the friends that were there, and everyone who cheered us on to make it to the end of the race. And a big special thank you to Mr. Owen for everything he did for us from the beginning of training all the way to the end of the race. He was always there for us, making sure that we had everything prepared, making sure that we were ready. And we love him and appreciate him for doing that for us. So Mr. Owen, wherever you are listening, we appreciate you.
All right. Well, thank you all for joining us. And I hope you get to catch up on some rest in the day ahead. Stay safe. All right. With that, we're going to go ahead and take a break. When we come back, the focus is now on Rotaract Week and the celebrations they have planned. So please, stay tuned.